Have you ever spent years building something, maybe a career, a relationship, or a dream, only to watch it fall apart in a single moment? It hurts, doesn't it? You feel lost, confused, and you wonder why life is being so unfair. We all have a safe place we never want to leave, a place where we feel comfortable and secure. But what if that comfort is actually what's holding you back from your real life? Today, I want to share a simple story that completely changed how I see loss. It's a story about a little bird, but really, it's a story about you and me. And by the end, you may understand why sometimes you have to lose everything to gain something better. High up in the quiet mountains stood an old abandoned temple. Time had covered its walls with green moss, and silence lived there. In the center of the courtyard hung a giant bronze bell. No one had rung it for decades. It just hung there, dusty and forgotten. One sunny morning, a little sparrow flew into the temple, searching for a place to build her home. She explored the pillars and trees, but when she saw the big bronze bell, her eyes sparkled. To her, it looked perfect. It was hollow, cool in the heat, and strong enough to protect her from rain and wind. "This is it," she thought. "This is where I'll be safe forever." So she began building. Day after day, she carried twigs, dry grass, and soft feathers. She arranged everything carefully inside the bell. When the nest was finished, it was warm, secure, and comfortable. The sparrow sat inside proudly, chirping happily. She felt untouchable. Life was peaceful. And then, without warning, everything changed. One morning, footsteps echoed through the mountains. A group of monks had returned to restore the temple. The sparrow didn't notice. She was deep inside her nest. The monks gathered around the bell. It was time to wake the temple. One monk pulled back the heavy wooden log and struck the bell. Boom! The sound was violent. The metal shook with terrifying force. Inside, the sparrow's world collapsed. Her nest broke apart instantly. Twigs snapped, feathers flew, and she was thrown out of the bell, frightened and shaking. She landed on a nearby branch, heart pounding. With every strike of the bell, she was pushed further away from the only home she had known. In seconds, everything she built was gone. She felt broken. Why me? She thought. I worked so hard. What did I do wrong? That bell was supposed to protect her. For days, the sparrow refused to move on. She sat on cold branches, hungry, tired, and heartbroken. She didn't want a new home. She wanted her old one back. She felt like her life was over. But hunger doesn't wait for grief. Eventually, she flew away from the temple, leaving the sound of the bell behind. She crossed rocky mountains and descended into a quiet valley. Then she heard something new, not loud or frightening, but gentle. Flowing water. She followed the sound and reached a lush green forest. A clear stream ran through it. Trees were full of berries. Branches were thick and strong. Sunlight danced through the leaves. The sparrow was amazed. This place was alive. It was more beautiful than anything she had ever known. She chose a strong oak branch by the stream and began to build again, this time with flexible twigs and soft moss. Her new nest was open, fresh, and full of light. As she rested, listening to the water, she finally understood. If the bell had never rung, she would still be trapped in that dark, rusty hollow. She would never have found the forest. The disaster wasn't punishment, it was a push. And life is exactly like that. We all build nests, jobs, relationships, comfort zones. We sit inside and think, I'm safe here. But sometimes, life rings the bell. You lose the job, a relationship ends, everything shakes. It feels cruel. But remember this, discomfort is the price of your new life. Life doesn't break you to hurt you, it breaks what no longer fits you. If you weren't shaken, you would settle for less than you deserve. So if your nest has just been destroyed, don't lose hope. Spread your wings, fly toward the sound of the water. A better home is waiting for you, if you're brave enough to build it. If this story gave you hope, please like and subscribe to Pure Growth. Remember, your story isn't over. The bell just rang to begin a new